Okay, now we're starting. Hello and welcome to Dev Diary number 4. Well, Video Dev Diary number 4 for New Era Old World. Today we're going to be covering some of the changes we've made in the past 2 weeks since the last video. Hopefully the audio is fine now, unlike in the last video. I apologize for anyone who was listening to that. Today, joining me, we have Velociraptor. He does a lot of our mapping for the team, and is actually the one in charge of handling our mapping of Africa, primarily. Velociraptor, say hello.
Hello guys. I'm Velociraptor, and everything that has been said is true. I'm in charge of maps, and I'm currently expanding Africa to include such places as Senegal, Nigeria, etc.
Yeah, most of northern Nigeria and Senegal will be, well, all of Senegal will be on map. We'll also have some of the Mediterranean, well, not Mediterranean, Atlantic islands on map, like Cape Verde and whatnot. Anyway, let's get into the game. So, we will need to start. We'll start in Britain as we normally do, and we'll just be our beautiful Palamedes boy. Anyway, but we do have an order that we will be covering things in. So, just give it a moment to load. Okay, so first thing is we will go over to the Soy Kingdom in Central Asia, and they have a new Quality 5 sword known as the Black Sword, which is supposed to be, as it says, an ancestral sword of the Soy dynasty. It's a reference that one of our developers wanted to add. I do believe it's to one of Victor Soy's songs, I think. Would you happen to know, Velociraptor?
Uh, I think so. I think it's a reference to one of the Soy song from what I know.
Okay. We've recently, finally, got around to fixing the retinues for the various Spanish cultures. They all have their swan paladins once again, which is, good. We also decided to extend that to the old Normans who get swan paladins, since we figured they would be at least somewhat closer to the Continentals, at least retinue-wise. Anyway, we gave the Anglican religious head some actual history, which was good. If I can just find a title. Crown. Maybe D. I know how to find it. I will switch to a character that is Anglican. Char info. Play 300. Yes. Okay. Oh, wait. I didn't actually switch to it, did I? I need to... He's not Anglican at start anymore. How lovely. Yeah, he's just a secret Anglican now. Well, that's a bit annoying. Is there any not secret Anglicans that I can show this off with? Don't think so. me try. If I look up a title, D underscore. No. Anyway, yeah, it has history now. That should be... Oh wait, I know. The rulers who have it are in the history for the Empire of Britannia. So if I go back and find... Yeah, here it is. They are also in the history of Britannia. Specifically, everyone from Henry VIII right up until Elizabeth II. So, we should probably give them their proper dynasty shields at some point, but I don't know, to be honest.
Oh yeah. I know. For the accuracy, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, besides that, there is a new decision present for Europeans. They can now hunt tigers. This is because they are in-game. The tigers that now live in Western Europe and Southern Europe are supposed to be a population descended from tigers kept in zoos throughout the many zoos throughout Western Europe. There are certainly enough zoo tigers for such a thing to occur. There's something like 70 zoos in the United Kingdom alone, not including France and Spain and Italy and Germany. If they were to escape, they could very easily survive as well, given how big of predators they are. So, wouldn't you agree, Velociraptor?
Yeah, it's kind of accurate to portray tigers as the new predators of Europe, since, as you said, there is a lot of zoos, I think, that can keep those beasts, so I agree.
Yeah. We also fixed all of the Anglophone names because they were a bit bugged in the previous version. Same for the Celtic names, place names as well. We changed the Wolgadeutsch for over here to Kazakh-Deutsch. They now have the Kazakh-Deutsch name, still have Wolgadeutsch as their code name, but we also changed their Formable to better match where they are and what they can do. So, after that, the Ironists now have a new religious head. Of course. Well, the Kazakh-Deutsch are Ironists, so I'll just go play them to show us. Oops. Play 17049. Here we are. Yes. And then we go to... Huh. Oh wait, no, it's not a religious head, it's just a formable empire that's related to it. I'm so silly. Yes, the Empire of Iron. We still need to add icons for it and Kazakh Deutschland, but they should be pretty fun. The Empire of Iron doesn't have a specific territory you have to control. It's more so you just need to control a vague, a area of a certain size, more than anything else. Which seems fair to me, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, what was the next thing? Oh, there's been... oh yeah, also it's called Kazakhstan, specifically.
Because of zinc, yeah.
Yes, because of one of the manufacturing companies in Kazakhstan. It's a reference to that. If we go back to England, you can see that the Al Said dynasty Palamedes is a part of has been split into House Al Said Zanzibari, and if we go back to here, and regular House Al Said, it follows the European tradition for quartering, but I don't know if that would technically be right for Arabs. To be honest, I think most Arabic countries wouldn't split them technically, but we kind of needed to for the game because they were inheriting things they really shouldn't have been inheriting.
No, they are Europeanized, so I mean, it's not improbable for them uh, to take some of the most notable European customs for themselves. You know.
Yeah. We also have reworked the Cornish fellow that rules Skille to reference the gentleman who inspired King Arthur. He is now Emery's Aurelian, which is the Cornish version of, what is it, Ambrosius Aurelianus. So, he is Summer Queen at game start, but is secret Anglican, so he might change. We add the Holy Roman Empire is now formable for certain Germans. If we go to Prussia, oh yeah, here he is. I'm silly. I was almost about to char info away my info. 666 4043. Okay. Yes, you can reform the Holy Roman Empire, which is quite the challenge, to be fair. You need the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Hanover, the Rhineland, Bavaria, Austria, Saxony, Prussia, Piedmont, Tuscany, Lombard Veneto, San Marino, and Slovenia, all at once, and you need 5,000 prestige. In addition, the German Confederation cannot exist, and the Empire of Germany cannot exist. So it's quite the challenge to form the Holy Roman Empire. But I mean, if you manage, that's a big de jure territory. To be fair. Anyway. Did I remember? Wait, did I? Oh, I'm so silly. I forgot to add. I'll have to do that after we finish recording this. I forgot to add Switzerland and I forgot to add Switzerland and Liechtenstein to the Holy Roman Empire decision. I'm so silly. I'll need to do that later.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
We also fixed there was a Nigerian mark event which was spawning Han Chinese, which we fixed, so that's good. We finally tracked that down. If we should be in range for them, let's see. Oh yes, we now have Baiza and Iza, which are supposed to be the remnants of zoos. I do believe Baiza means the British and Irish Association for Zoos and Aquariums, and ESA is the same but for Europe in general. And they're basically mercenary companies with war elephants. Another part of, zoos. If we go to the Habsburgs, they've gotten extremely interesting, wouldn't you agree, Velociraptor?
Oh yeah, they have gone through a lot of changes.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to their flags.
There are about a dozen different branches of Habsburg now. Of course, there is base, standard Habsburg Lorraine, but then if we go here, we have Habsburg Lorraine Istria, and then if we go to Venice, go to his vassals, we have Habsburg Lorraine Venice, and then if we go to Dubrovnik, there is in his vassals, Habsburg, Lorraine, Dubrovnik. And then if we go here to the Duke of the Aegean, he has Habsburg, Lorraine, Dubrovnik, Aegean. Crimea has... Where is he? Oh, he doesn't appear to be here. That's strange. Huh. That's very strange. That's weird. Okay, we'll just move on then. If we go here, you can see in his vassals, there is... Where is he? The house Habsburg, Lorraine, Dubrovnik, Aegean, Tel Aviv. So, that's starting to get real interesting. If we go down here, in one of these, I know there should be a Habsburg. Here he is. Habsburg, Lorraine, Canaria. Lorraine Canaries. And here there is Habsburg, Lorraine, Canaries, Tetuan. And here there should be Habsburg, Lorraine, Majorca. Out of all of these branches, the one with the wildest flag is the Habsburg, Lorraine, Dubrovnik, Aegean, Tel Aviv, which is an absolute mess of a flag. Wouldn't you agree? It's just disgustingly complicated.
There is a lot of elements there.
Yeah, the Tishahal, which is the Israeli Merc force, has gotten a little bit of a rework, so that they now have a bunch of chariots instead of cavalry. We figured that it suited it a bit more. Also, if we look around here, oh yes, we have a reference to the character from the works of, what's his name? Maurice LeBlanc.
Conan Doyle.
No, Maurice LeBlanc, which was himself a reference to Arthur Conan Doyle. That being Holmlock Shears.
Yeah.
Yes, he is very interesting character.
Very intriguing.
And of course his rival, well, he's supposed to be his rival, I should probably go fix that, is Arsène Lupin over here in Flanders, who has a special trait that makes him a gentleman thief. This gives him access to a special interaction with sinful characters, which allows him to steal things from them. Only specifically sinful characters. If you aren't sinful, he can't steal from you. It's supposed to be just part of that whole gentleman thief thing. It's supposed to make the world better. The Tectons are no longer a no longer a holy order, to go along with the non-existence of, Novellians. They are now a mercenary company, albeit at Game Start they're a mercenary company who holds land. So, they're pretty interesting still. There are new wonders that we put down in Riyadh, that being the palaces of Riyadh, which are pretty big in the modern day. So this isn't even the most modern palaces. These are the palaces that existed in the year 1999, since we still keep to that as our date of apocalypse. Well, 2000 as the date of apocalypse. Anyway, if we go to Bhutan, the underground city has been replaced with the unique bunker city of Bhutan. So, yeah. What else is there? Oh yes, the Bhutanese, the Afghans, so here, the Pashtuns, the Bhutanese, the Prussians, and the British, and any other culture that sets up shop in these areas that they inhabit, so gets access to varying levels of guns. they can make them. The Bhutanese obviously have the best guns, so if you take over Bhutan, you get access to that decision to make the best guns in the game. But also, the Afghanistan area has access to okay firearms, as does Britain and Northern Germany. So, yeah. We added 2 new cultures to Europe. There's the Russians here at the edge of in the Caucasus. They kind of shrank the Romani a little bit, but otherwise the Romani are fine. It's only in the areas where the Russians are in reality. We also added Provincial French, which would have at one time covered where there are now Sards and Corsu in the south as well, but have been pushed up and squished between the Swiss and the Sards. So yeah. Oh yes, we also added the Oiriats, which are just scattered about a bit in yeah, they're just scattered around a bit. We also added the Mongols in Iran, which are a Mongol-related group. Very small, almost extinct in the real world, but, you know, they have some interesting stuff going on in this one. Oh yes, I think I might have to let time run forward in order for us to see this, but let me just run time forward real quick. Have they taken those decisions? Weird. I'll have to investigate this later. They don't seem to be taking the decisions they should. In order to get their traits. Because Tsarism now has cult traits to determine what kind of Tsarist you are. Anyway, there is now an empire title for Norway itself, an empire title Formable, which needs doing. Well, it works. There isn't any issues with it. Should be fine. Where is he? Yeah. And I think... Oh yes, there's an actual Formable now for the Kingdom of Spain, for Spain itself, excluding Portugal, so that's separate from Iberia. And I think that's basically all the changes that have happened in the last 2 weeks. Do you want to say anything about any of that stuff? Velociraptor.
No, I think you've said everything that that has changed throughout these 2 weeks, and I think you can wrap it up.
Okay. But yeah, timeline-wise, we hope to have the next version out sometime in the next few weeks. Hopefully, as soon as we can sort out the stuff going on in the United States and anything lore-wise that we have connecting to it. But besides that, everything seems to be going pretty well overall on our work with updating the mod for the next version. And hopefully my audio has been okay this time round, unlike what it was last time. Anyway, thank you for watching, if you watched the whole way through. I know these videos can be kinda long at times. I tend to ramble on a bit with them. But, yeah. thank you, and see you next time. Ooh, let me just